Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pia and I am, as always, so very happy that you're joining me here today for a little chat about yarn and knitting. Today we're going to talk about all of my little teeny tiny projects. As returning viewers will know, I am primarily, if not exclusively, a garment knitter. But it's so hot here in Italy these days. It's so hot. I just cannot work up the energy to knit on anything larger than a sock. So I have a couple of ideas for teeny tiny projects if any of you feel the same. I got some great suggestions from you guys on my last episode. But before we get into that, I just want to mention that today I am wearing the Helix Halter, a beautiful pattern by Jessie made design. I did show this on my last episode as a finished object. So if you want to know more about it, maybe go back one episode where I talk about the yarn and the modifications I made, the size and all of that good stuff. Today, as most of my days, to be honest, I am wearing it with my swimsuit under and my jean shorts and flip-flops because, as I said, it's hot and I love this thing dearly. But let's look at some of my finished objects and my whips. They're sort of mixed together. So I did finish the cozy that I was working on last time. This one is made for a ball of yarn, commercially wound yarn. So I made this to fit a ball of that. And because I am a center puller. If I was just pulling from the outside, I'd have no problem just using the commercially wound yarn balls as they were. But because I am a center puller, I really like the cozies to just help me control the last couple of meters of yarn. And I also made another string of cozies, the little ones that are for 20-gram mini skeins. And again, also for these, I talk a lot about them on the last episode, how I made them, how many stitches. But basically what you do is you cast on up here, you work some rounds of ribbing, then you work a long tube in stockinette stitch, and you finish off with some more ribbing at the bottom here. And then I cut them in half. I thread the working yarn through the live stitches and just cinch them in just a little bit, just so that they can help me keep my little cakes of yarn somewhat orderly as I work. I am going to use these for my Advent project. I'm going to be making myself a yarn Advent calendar, and I am also working on a pattern. This year it's going to be a blanket that uses these 24 mini skeins of yarn and some main color, like a solid color basic yarn to just work as the background for all of the happy minis. I think I have enough cozies for right now. I mean, I can always use some for 100-gram skeins, but for right now, I think I'm good as far as the Advent project is concerned. Then on my last episode, I asked you if you had any ideas about what I could cast on, like teeny tiny little projects. One of you mentioned the collie heart. I went and had a look at that, and then I remembered I actually have a pattern myself for small hearts, just little hearts that you can put everywhere, especially around Christmas. I like to keep them in bowls on my countertops, or string them and hang them in my windows. And they are definitely a great idea for a small, quick, easy project. I have the pattern for my heart in my Christmas collection from last year. I will link it in the description box below, where I will link the things that I talk about. It's not that I'm going to mention a lot of patterns, but the patterns that I do mention, I will link in the description box below. Yeah, so definitely there's going to be some hearts, I guess, in my imminent future. But another one of you suggested these little face scrubbies, which are just the cutest little project. They take absolutely no time to whip up. You use very few meters of yarn, which means you can use up all of your little scraps of cotton yarn. This is cotton yarn that is quite special to me. I knit my cat number 2 in this beautiful Pima cotton. Amazing color, right? And it was so beautiful. And then I tossed it in the washing machine with some Italian detergent that happened to have quite a lot of bleach in it. So now I have a beautiful sandy gray cat number 2, but these are surviving because I'm being very careful with what detergent I am using. I crocheted off a bunch of them. I'm gonna make some more because, I mean, why would I want to buy cotton pads and throw them away when I can make these little beauties and just use those? I will even say they're better than the cotton pads because you get just the slightest exfoliation of your skin when you're using these. So I am definitely a fan. They're super simple, and I am gonna link the pattern below. It is a free pattern. So thank you so much to you who suggested that I looked up these. It's bragging time because the last thing that I have been working on is my socks. Just look at me. Oh, look at how far I got. I finished one sock and I have actually done a fair amount of work on the second sock. These were socks that I just cast on because I needed something small, simple, portable, relatively mindless knitting to go with me on a family trip to Gardaland, which is a theme park down here in Italy. I knew that I needed something really simple and really small to work on. So I thought, why not cast on a pair of socks and just see what happens? Because a lot of my sock projects, I mean, maybe I knit the leg, maybe I even turn the heel, but then they fall to the wayside. But I finished one sock, and once I have finished a sock, I'm also going to knit the other one, which I don't have much left to do here. I'm really pleased with these. I have added some short rows and some changes to the stitch counts here and there so that they fit my feet perfectly, and so that they so that the little picot edge up here just peeks out when I'm wearing my sneakers, which I'm not going to be doing anytime soon, but cooler weather will come for sure. So yeah, I started with a picot edging, a little bit of ribbing, a tiny leg, then just a short row heel, and then I put the smallest little lace pattern on the foot, just because it was getting a little too mindless for my taste. So I just put this little lace pattern on the foot. And obviously, since my plan is to wear these with sneakers, no one is ever going to see this lace, but I will know that it's there and it will make me happy. So for sock number 2, I am almost ready to start the lace work, which means that this is not mindless knitting anymore, because shortly after the lace work, I will have to do the toe. So I'm gonna need another mindless project for next week when my youngest son and his children are gonna come to have some vacation with us. So I'm gonna cast on another sock, because the little face scrubbies, cute as they are, they're not, to me, mindless, because I cannot crochet without looking at what I'm doing. My hands don't know how to crochet without my eyes. My hands could easily knit without my eyes. So I'm gonna cast on another sock in another beautiful sock yarn. The shorties are knit in this undyed alpaca sock yarn from A Knitter's World. This one is also from A Knitter's World, but this is just a regular 80-20 merino nylon base. Let me just check that I'm actually correct. Yes, I am. And the colorway is called Nutty. So it is like a warm reddish brown. And I think I might stripe in some of the white, just because there's so much left of this white. So we shall see. For sure, I will be casting on another pair of socks so that I have mindless knitting for the next guests to arrive here. I'm keeping my sock projects in this sock bag that I just love this. It is larger than your usual sock bag, and it is perfect for if you're working with 2 skeins of yarn, either if you're knitting your socks 2 at a time, or in this case, if you're going to be working striped socks. I love this shape. And this shape of project bag is actually one of the prizes in our summer make-along, the Summer Mel 2023. If you use that hashtag on Instagram and show us what you're making this summer, if it is crochet, knitting, cross-stitch, embroidery, sewing, whatever is your fancy this summer, share it on Instagram with the hashtag SummerMel2023, and you will enter to win actually a set of project bags. This type, a different color, a beautiful glowy orangey Halloween color, but this size plus its bigger sister, which is the perfect size for a smaller sweater project, vest, the beginnings of a shawl, that kind of size. So yeah, these are, well, actually the only really current whip I have is this sock. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this so that I can cast on the other one and have it going when my guests arrive. But I also have another project that I am dying to cast on. The podcasts, I'm pretty sure it's called Julia and Matilda's Greatest Knits. I will, of course, link the channel in the description box below. The latest episode on that channel is a tutorial that shows how to knit a little mohair bow to put on a hair clip, just a simple hair clip. Julia makes these amazing little bows to put on them. I'm gonna need some of those. That looks like a fun, fast project, and such a beautiful, it really looks so cute when they're done. So I am going to cast on a couple of those. In a few weeks, we will be going to Denmark. We have a big party to go to. And I could see myself wearing a couple of those, maybe even put some beads on them, or we shall see. I will for sure be making some. But yeah, this is all the knitting content that I have. Poor Peter and his Father's Day sweater. I do feel kind of bad, but seriously, it's a man's sweater, big thingy in yak and silk, and I'm almost done with the body, which means that I have a lot of material in my lap when I'm gonna start working on the sleeves. I just can't get myself to do it. But hopefully it will cool down soon-ish so that I can start working on his sweater again. I shouldn't be complaining about it being too hot. Our little stone house is up in the mountains, so it is considerably cooler up here. You can also see a little breeze is going on. So we are okay up here. But as soon as we go down to the lake, we live by the Como Lake. As soon as we go down to the lake, the temperature rises with 3-4 degrees, which is just enough to push it up where it's no longer comfortable. And it's also a little warmer than we're used to here. By the way, I have gotten a lot of questions about the buntings here behind me. I am gonna insert a photo where you can see them better. It's a free pattern that I found on the blog Lulu Loves Crochet. I will try to see if I can find it again and link it in the description box below. If not, try to go to Lulu Loves Crochet. I think it's .com or .co.uk. It is a free pattern. It is actually a great idea for a small, portable summer make. That was it for the creative content this week. This is a short one. It seems that my episodes are getting really short, but it is because I don't have a lot of knitting time, and when I'm knitting, it is only on these teeny tiny things that I then make multiples of. So I guess it's the nature of things that my podcasts will get just a little shorter. I hope you're okay with that. We are really enjoying having a week between guests just to relax, get some work done. I am so behind on work. So actually I have been working like a mad woman ever since our son and his family went back to Texas. Talk about warm. But anyway, I've been working like a mad woman. I do hope that I soon will have gotten over the hump so that I can relax. Maybe we can go for some evening walks, or just have time to do something else besides only working. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you are enjoying yourself. If it's summer or winter, if you're on vacation or on work, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you're fine. I hope that you have lots of happy makes to keep you entertained. Until we talk again, which will probably be in about a week, stay safe, stay happy, and keep knitting.